Good evening and welcome to Netzach Yisrael's daily Kitzur Shulchan Aruch Shir. Tonight we're going to conclude Siman Kuf Samach Aleph from Sif Yud Aleph until Sif Chof. The halachas dinei chatzitza of a lady going to mikvah and ensuring that the water properly touches the body without anything in between. Sif Yud Aleph. Isha sheyesh lo shein seves, a lady who has a false tooth. Tisha l'meira hira ich disnai batavila should ask a rabbinic advice how she should act while going to a mikvah. I'm b'sefer b'dilitara she'elis shuvas in re'eshim and ayin hein ayin vav b'sefer chachmas adam ayin shom b'isha she'esh lo stimas eva b'nikveh sheneha, and see there about in chachmas adam about a lady who has a filling in a tooth. Also, b'ayin b'sefer mein nidus and kuf tzarichet, look in these various sources, or b'sefer she'elis shuvas binyan tzina chadashis and zayin. Likewise, a lady who has a hernia, when they say Tabas Barachman has a ring in her womb, Tasa Shelet Chacham must also ask advice. I know the Buddha Kama Siman Samach Dalav, Tinona Siman Kuflamatevis, Idritaris, and Kuftalifasi, Cotton Himmel. I think it's Shulchan brings various sources if it's relevant where to look at more information. Sifid base. Her friend should not hold her while she immerses herself in the mikveh. Because the mikveh will not come into contact with the lady in the place that she's being held. And if absolutely necessary, if person's scared or if not safe, the woman who she wants to hold on to should dip herself, should immerse herself first. First she should dip her hands into the mikveh, and then she can hold the lady with her wet hands, not to hold it too tightly, but in a regular, relaxed fashion like everyone else. Similar halachos to Tevel and Kelim. Sif Yud Gimel. Heicha te'efshe, where possible, one should not tevel in a place where there is mud on the floor, so in a dirty pond. Because we're worried that the mud will touch the woman's feet instead of the water. And in desperate measures, we are accustomed to be lenient. Because regular mud inside water isn't so thick. But regular thick mud that is at the edge of a river that sticks to her legs, that would count as a barrier. And therefore she needs to be careful that when she goes into a river, before she immerses, she needs to wash her legs properly from the mud that are stuck to her at the edge of the river. If she wants to place something inside the river to stand on while she's traveling, then one needs to ask the advice first, because there are certain things that one cannot stand on while one is immersing oneself. Sif Yud Daled. Now, really, the Kitzur Shulchan is going to talk about that one needs to go into the mikveh in a relaxed fashion. One's body, one's muscles needs to be relaxed, because if one's too bent over or too stretched out, then again, the water will not properly come into contact. There'll be wrinkles and creases, and body parts will touch each other, and the water won't properly come into contact. So one shouldn't tovel, one shouldn't immerse oneself while standing taut, outstretched. Because there are certain areas which will be hidden because of this. Nor should one bend over too much, and so that folds of one body are hiding each other. But one should relax, one should bow a little bit, so that one's private parts are visible. In the same way that someone who is kneading dough would stand with the legs apart in order to be able to use their hands properly and knead forcefully. So, in a relaxed fashion where one has one's balance, that's the way one should stand in a mikvah. And under one's breasts should under the lady's breasts should be visible in the same way that she would do if she would be feeding a young child. One does not need to separate one's legs more than necessary. Nor does one need to outstretch one's arms too much. But rather they should be in a normal, relaxed position as one is walking. And if one did bow too much or stretch too much, then the Sevilla wouldn't work when we need to table again. Because there would be folds and wrinkles in one's body which the water wouldn't be able to come into contact with. Therefore, one should be careful to ensure that the water level should be at least 3 tefachim above her navel. Because if that's the height of the mikvah, then she can immerse herself properly. And in a situation where you don't have anything else and the water isn't so high, how should she table? She should sit slowly. She should sit slowly, a little bit in the water until her neck, and then dip the rest of her body. But in a way that there shouldn't be any part of her body outside the water. And that which part of the body can be outside, can be inside the water, it won't harm. In other words, because she's put every single part of her body in slowly and then put the rest in, you can ensure that even if a part of the body is folded, it's come into contact with water. Because the water has already reached that part of the body. And if the water is very low, then if necessary, she can lie in it or sit in it like a fish. So long as she ensures that her whole body, including the hair, is covered at one point by the water. So if Tesvav, she doesn't need to ensure to open her mouth that the water goes in. Nor should she clench it too hard closed. And if she does clench her teeth and hold her mouth too closed too much, press her lips, then the tefillah wouldn't work. But she should just relax it and keep them closed as normal. If she placed her long hair in her mouth and then immersed herself, then the tefillah again wouldn't help. Because the water has not properly covered her hair. Sif Tesain. She shouldn't close her eyes tightly. Because by doing so, she creates wrinkles in her eyes. Nor should she keep them too far open them too wide, because that will create wrinkles above. But again, she should just close them in a relaxed fashion. Sif Yadzain. She should remove any mucus from around and in her nose. But that which is high up above her nose, high up in the nostrils, that doesn't count as a barrier. So too, she also needs to remove any wax from the ear, again without digging in too deep. There are those that say that if she needs to urinate to pass water before Tevila, then she should do so if she needs. She should also ensure that she doesn't need to be excused, empty her bowels, before she goes to the mikveh, to ensure that she takes care of heat before she goes. However, if she excuses herself after the mikveh, she doesn't need to immerse again. See if you'd fess. She shouldn't immerse with dust that's on her legs, on her feet. But if she does immerse herself in providing it was simple, thin dust that was washed off by the water, then the mikveh counts. See if you'd test. Stam kinim or parashim regular lice and fleas don't cling to the body. And the water will will reach one's body, and these lice and fleas don't act as a chatzitza. Aber when kinim at the booking bebasa and neshkim ba'ir b'makim se'ar and the booking b'chayzik bebasa. But the type of lice that sticks to the flesh and bites from the skin in where the hair is, and it sticks strongly to the flesh. One needs to remove them with hot water and to scratch them off with one's nail or a fine tooth comb. If one is unable to remove them, then they don't act as a barrier. But those small lice that stick to the hair, one needs to remove mishum having chatzitza. Those do count as a chatzitza. A lady who has clumps of hair which are stuck to each other, and there is a danger to shave them off, this does not count as a chatzitza. So it seems to be that this is talking about some type of elf lock, which people believed, I presume because of superstitious reasons, that there was some type of danger in shaving these off. And even if there are certain loose hairs which it's impossible to that can't be removed, providing they can't be seen from outside, they are not considered to be a chatzitza, and one can immerse oneself, a lady can immerse oneself in the mikveh with this. Thank you.